Quattro GmbH is the entity that builds the most special Audi. One of those vehicles is the R8. And this facility here is where all the R8 in all the world are built and assembled. And to call it an assembly plant is really to name it something different than what it really is. This is a home for craftsmanship. Design, technology, lightness. That's Audi R8. The craftsmen, the workers here, make it all happen. 241 Audi experts keep this build shop working. 45 bodybuilders, 70 in the assembly area. The rest supply support, engineering, quality control, and the like. Their home in Neckarsulm is their domain of pride. Precisely neat, clean, organized, and remarkably quiet. But you can hear the pride of workmanship.
So the R8 body is made from 3 modules. You have a front module, middle section, and the rear module. These 3 modules are produced in singular stations, in singular jigs, by manual welding processes. And in a bigger jig, we put these 3 modules together and get an underbody.
Audi takes pride in the humanity that builds their cars, and the human touch translates to driver feel and the Audi driving experience.
Afterwards, we make the upper body, so we put in a roof for the coupe, or we put no roof for the Spider. We have the body made from 100% aluminum, but we have 3 different parts of aluminum. We have sheet metal parts, we have casted parts, and we have extruded parts. Most of the body are extrusion parts, and the shape, the hang-on parts are all made from sheet metal. We make this, the R8 Sport body in the same process as the normal body, but we have some differences between the sport body and the normal body. These differences we make in special jigs. We use only for the sport body. For example, you have the lifting system for the pit stop. And this lifting system needs to have some positions in the body which the normal body has not. And these positions are made in separate processes and separate jigs. We make the sport bodies only on the weekends because we have to change the jigs in the process and in the line.
To be clear, sport equals race car, and the Audi Sport customer racing car starts its life here on the production assembly line.
Humanity does the most of the welding processes. Technology, such as the robots, do the fixing processes. For example, the flow-through screwing process and the riveting process we can't do by manual work. Each body is measured by a laser system. We have about 185 positions. The laser measuring system does check so we can have a perfect dimensional body. We have attachment processes as welding systems, riveting and screwing. We have no glue in the body shop. Yes, we have their special screws. We know it flow drill screwing. This screw goes to a robot. The robot drills the screw, very high RPM and a very high pressure of the screw to the sheet metal. So the position where the screw gets into the sheet metal is going hot and melts a little bit, and you get the thread with the screw into the sheet metal, and you have a fixing position at the end of the screw. So you can open the screw afterwards if you want to do that. So it's a fixing system which does its own hole, its own thread, and you make the screw in it. This picture you can see 2 lines, 1 line over there, 1 line over there. Between these lines the process has to run, and these curve is the process we just are going to run in the body shop. We need 20 and a half hours to make one body. And the body weighs 210 kilograms without hang-on parts, so without doors, side panels and front lid. Together with these parts, we have a weight of about 250 kilograms. In the body shop, we have about 45 workers doing the job.
Once the body is done, it's time for the internal componentry to bring R8 to life. Now, I'm not going to make a Frankenstein reference here because for R8, all these pieces come together just right, and there is nothing abnormal about this result. I can allude to a Beauty and the Beast scenario, as both are found in the R8, wouldn't you agree? And there exists much glamour in the engineering details of Audi R8. But I must say, engine, prompting you to look for the heart of any great car, this R8 as well, and alert you to pay attention to the engineering details. As beautiful as the flow of the R8's aero body shape bodywork is, it's the details of engineering that make a difference. I can't think of a more complex retail product on the planet than an automobile. The R8 is built from over 5,200 components, and I lost count of the variable permutations of this componentry that's available to each customer when they custom select options, features, colors, interior trims, and more. I could talk endlessly and maybe distractingly about minute assembly details and corporate product feature benefits facts as you watch the images of the R8 coming to life. Sorry to interrupt the flow, but these scallop brake rotors, they're all about weight saving, and suggested by workers on the line. So race cars coming off the assembly line, a team of technicians working like a race team, thinking constant improvement, performance, and turning out the best, most competitive hand tool they can to help the driver be a star. Every car is taken into the dyno booth for a high-speed run-up and systems check. The exhaust smoke is just the engine surface assembly chemicals, fluids, and coatings being burned off, nothing more. Later in the build process, each R8 heads out to the test track, right behind the assembly plant for some real-time running and more quality checks. A separate area is set aside for finessing the build. Here is where humanity still trumps machine. These workers are artisans, and it is their visceral faculties that finish the job, making certain all 5,200 parts came together just right. Another final check in the final prep area, and the car is signed off. Audi engineering and quality. Qualities that make these cars worthy of notice. Quattro GmbH emanates from a number of facilities here, but it all ends in this light hall. From bringing the parts together for assembly, testing on the Autobahn, the test track, final inspection, this light hall represents the culmination of everything. Final inspection, quality control, and the car is ready for the customer, for purchase, for driving, for being an Audi. Quattro GmbH.